Hi everyone. So in the last few lectures on quadratic equations we completed the chapter. We learned three different ways in which we can solve a quadratic equation to find the value of the variable. The three ways were the first was solving by factorization, the middle term factor. The second way was completing by the method of completing the square, and the third one was using Siddharacharya formula or the quadratic equation formula. These were the three ways that we got accustomed to, and we used those ways to solve quadratic equations. And after that we did nature of roots. We learnt about what is discriminant, the different conditions, d, sometimes when d is greater than 0, sometimes it is equal to 0, sometimes it's less than 0. So what are the different types of roots, if it's real or if it's imaginary. If it's real, then if the roots are equal or it's not, or those are not equal. We learned about all those things. So that part of the chapter is complete. Now we come to a completely different part of the chapter where we need to apply what we have learned in the first part of the chapter. We need to apply it over here, and the topic of today's discussion are word problems in quadratic equations. So these are definitely basically word problems. We need to understand, we need to read the question first, we need to formulate, we need to first take variables, we need to assign variables to different physical quantities like distance and time. We need to assign the variables, and then we need to apply the condition that is given in the question. We need to apply that condition and construct a quadratic equation, and then we need to just solve the quadratic equation using factorization method. We do not use completing the square method or Siddharacharya over here, because factorization just splitting the middle term would do, because the equations are fairly simple. All we need to do is that we need to understand the question and we just need to formulate the quadratic equation. That is all that is required. So let us do the first sum. The first sum says a train travels a distance of 480 km at a uniform speed. If the speed had been 8 km per hour less, then it would have taken 3 hours more to cover the same distance. The same distance being 480 km. Okay. So we are asked to formulate the quadratic equation in terms of speed of the train. Okay. So let us see how we will approach this question. So first, let the speed of the train, let's write it, let the speed of the train be x kilometer per hour. And one thing we need to keep this in mind, these type of questions will carry around 3 or 4 marks, 3-4 marks. These questions will carry. So the writing part, what we are writing in this question, that writing part is very important. Suppose somebody completes the entire question, write the equations, finds the value of x and get the answer, but the writing part of the equation, the writing part is not proper, then marks will be deducted, because these questions are word problems, and in word problems the tense that we use, the way we write the entire question, that is very important. So first, let the speed of the train be x kilometer per hour. So time, we know speed is equal to distance by time, we all know that. So time taken to travel the distance, this distance, time taken to travel this distance 480 km, that would be, so if I write time taken to travel 480 km, what is the time? The time will be 480 by x hour, 480 by x hour, because x is the speed, right? Also time taken by the train, now this is, suppose this we mark it as 1. Now let's come to the second part. The second part here says, if the speed had been 8 km per hour less, this was our speed of the train. Now it's saying that the speed needs to be 8 km less than x, then it would have taken 3 hours more to cover the same distance. So that means that we have another thing that we can write. What can we write here? We can write that time taken by the train to travel a distance of 480 km with speed will be this, the new speed will be this, and the time taken will similarly be 480 by x minus 8 hour, right? It's very simple. Now it is given that if the speed, you can see in the question, it is given that if the speed had been 8 km less, then the train would have taken 3 hours more to cover the same distance. It would have taken 3 hours more. It's very natural, because 8 kilometer per hour, it's moving with 8 kilometer less. The main speed is the new speed, it's 8 kilometer less than x, so it will take much more time. So the amount of time that it takes more, that time is 3 hours. So now we need to formulate the equation. So how will we formulate the equation? We can write this is, we can label this as 2. So ATP, what is ATP? According to the problem, you have to write it like this. According to the problem, 480 by x minus 8. This is the time, this is the new time, this is the new time. This is equal to 480 by x. This was the original time taken to travel 480 kilometers. This was the original time plus 3 hours, right? The new time, this is exactly what it's saying. Now it's saying that it had been if it had been 8 km per hour less, if the speed would have been 8 km per hour less, then it would have taken 3 more hours to cover the same distance. So the new time, this is the new time. So now let us solve this. So this is equal to 480 by x minus 8. Now it's very easy. Now we can just solve it using what we have learned in our previous lectures. So the main thing about word problems is that we need to understand the entire question and we need to formulate the equation properly. The formulation of the equation is very important. After we are done formulating the equation, the rest of the part will be very easy. It will be just very simple. Now after this is equal to 480, x and x cancels, x and x goes off, 480 into 8 by, we are just asked to formulate the equation, formulate the quadratic equation in terms of speed of the train. So we will just not stop here. This is the main equation, but we shouldn't stop here. We should formulate the entire equation. We should simplify this. We cannot, this is not a quadratic equation. What we need to arrive at is a quadratic equation. This is not a quadratic equation. This we need to simplify to make it a quadratic equation. So 480 into 8 by x into x minus 8, this is equal to 3. Now this is equal to what? This is equal to 3x. Just simply cross multiply. This is equal to 480 minus, this will be multiplied by x. Now the equation would turn out to be x square minus this is 8x, then it's coming out to be minus 1280 is equal to 0. So this is our answer. 8x square minus 8x minus 120x is equal to 0. It is very easy to solve this question. You can just solve it using factorization method. You will get two values of x. So those two values, one will come out to be C. What we had taken x over here was speed of the train, the main speed of the train. The speed of the train cannot be two quantities, right? The speed of a vehicle should always be only one. At the same time, one vehicle cannot possess two speeds is not possible. So, but here when we solve it, we will see that quadratic equation means always two values of x. So if we solve this, and you will see that one value comes out to be negative and another value comes out to be positive. So speed cannot be negative. We know that speed is not a vector quantity. So speed is always positive. So we will take the positive quantity. We will consider the absolute value. Okay. So this is done. This question is done. Let us move on to the next question. Let us see what we have in the next question. The next question says a two digit number means 24, 38. This is a two digit number is such that the product of its digits is 18. The product of the two digits, it's 18. When 63 is subtracted from the number, from the two digit number, the digits interchange their places. Find the number. We need to find the two digit number. So for this question, this is how we write. Look at the writing part, observe the writing part very carefully. Let the tens digit be x. Tens digit means it's a two digit number, this is a units place, this is a tens place. So we have considered this to be x. Okay. Now then the units place. What will be the units place? So we can write then the units digit is 18 by x. It's very easy. Why? Because of the first sentence, our two digit number is such that the product of its digits is 18. So this is the tens place. This is the units place. So if you multiply, we will get 18. So this is the tens, this is the units place. Now so the number. What is the number? We know that any number. We have learned this in our previous classes, that any number, any two-digit number, always exists in this form: 10x plus y, where y is the units place and 10x, this is the tens place. We have learned this. So the number here, what would be the number? The number would be 10x, because x is the tens, x is in the tens place, so that should be multiplied by 10 plus 18 by x. This is the number. Now it has said that when 63 is subtracted from the number, this is the number 60. Now we need to subtract 63 from this number. When we subtract 63 from this number, when we subtract 63 from this number, the digits interchange their places. Interchange means the units digit come in the tens place and the tens digit come in the units digit place. So now the next thing would be number obtained by interchanging the digits. We need to find the number obtained by interchanging the digits. What is that number? That will be number obtained by interchanging the digits. That will be 10 into 18 by x. Why 18 by x? Because initially 18 by x was in the units place. Now the numbers has been interchanged, so 18 by x has came to the tens place. So we need to multiply it by 10, right? The digit that is in the tens place, that is always multiplied by 10 plus x. Simple. This is the number. This was our initial number. This entire thing, this was our initial number. Now the digits have been interchanged, so this is our interchange number. Now we have got these things. Now we need to formulate an equation. How do we formulate an equation? We follow the second sentence. When 63 is subtracted from the new number, so what we will do, we have the new number, what is 63 subtracted from the number, not the new number, the initial number, this number 63 is subtracted from it. So 10x plus 18 by x minus 63. This is equal to what? This is equal to the new number, because it says that the digit interchange their places. So this is equal to the interchange number, that is 180 by x plus x. This is our interchange number, right? So now we have to solve this. 10x, I'm just taking the LHS and the RHS, minus 180x. I have grouped the like terms. What are the like terms? The x are the like terms over here. This is equal right over here. This is equal to 9x minus 162 by x minus 63 is equal to 0. This is in turn equal to 9x square minus 63x minus 162 is equal to 0. Okay, so from here we are coming here. This is equal to x square minus 7x minus 18 is equal to 0. We basically divided the entire thing by 9 to make our calculation simpler. Okay, now we need to just factorize the middle term. So if you factorize, you will see that it's 9 and 2, and minus 9 plus 2. We have to write minus 7x as minus 9x plus 2. So it will come out to be x minus 9, x plus 2 is equal to 0, x is equal to 9, or x is equal to minus 2. Okay, a digit can never be negative. We know that digit can never be negative. It will never be negative, because it's we need to find we will consider the absolute value. So here x we will take as we will consider the value of x here. X here, it will be x equal to 9. Okay, so now we need to find the number. So we have to write the answer line should be like this, or you can write the therefore over here. Therefore the required number, that is the number that we have been asked to find, the required number is equal to 10 into 9 plus 18 by 9, that is equal to 92. 92, right? 90 and 2, 92. So we will this was the value of x. This was our main number, the original number without interchanging the digits. This is the main number. What we did, we just put the value of x over here. We got the number. So our answer, our final answer is 92. Okay, now let us move on to the next question. What does the next question say? The next question says the difference of the square of two numbers. The difference of the squares, the difference of the squares of two numbers is 45. The square of the smaller number is 4 times larger, the 4 times the larger number. Determine the numbers. Okay, we will look at the question. We will attempt the question step by step. So first thing is that so we see that there are two types of numbers. Both are squared numbers. So the one is a smaller number. One has been labeled smaller number. One has been labeled larger number. So we will just assume let the larger number be x. We can make the larger number to be x. Now what is a smaller number? Then the smaller number is 4x, right? By the second sentence, because the square of the smaller number is 4 times the larger number, so smaller number is 4x. Smaller number is equal to 4x. The smaller number is 4x. Also, square of the larger number, we need to make this number squared because it's a difference of two squares. So square of the larger number, square of the larger number, it is what? X square. We just simply square the number, right? Now it is given that the difference of the squares of the numbers is 45. The difference of the first sentence. Look at the first sentence. The difference of the squares of the two numbers is 45. So according to the problem, we can write x square minus 4x is equal to 45. It's very simple because the difference of the squares of two numbers is 45. When we had wrote 4x, here we had already considered that the number is squared number. Okay, so the difference the difference is 45. That's what we have been asked. Now this is equal to x square minus 4x minus 45 is equal to 0. Now the equation, we have the equation, we just need to middle term it. So the middle term factor would be 9x plus 5x minus 45 is equal to 0. Now this will be x minus 9, x plus 5 is equal to 0. So we are getting two values. Okay, two values, but we need to find. It's not that we are getting x equal to minus 5, we will just reject it. Since suppose this sum will have 3 marks. So if we have 3 marks, you just do this stuff and you just omit the minus 5 value and you just find the numbers using x equal to 9, then that would not suffice because we have 3 marks in this question. So you need to provide a proper logic, proper reasoning why you are omitting minus 5, why we are not taking x equal to minus 5. So for that, what we will do, first so we will write x is 9 comma minus 5. Now we will take two cases. Let the first case be case 1. You have to write this is very important. For case 1, when x is equal to 9, case 1 x is equal to 9, we have taken x is equal to 9, square of the smaller number. In this case, we have square of the smaller number is equal to what? This is what we were talking about. It is 9 into 4, it was 4x, so it's 36. Square of the smaller number is 36. Now smaller number, if this is the square of the smaller number, then what is the smaller number? Smaller number is plus minus 6. Smaller number is what? Root over 36, that is plus minus 6, right? It's very simple. Now thus the numbers are 9. So the numbers that we are asked to find here, the numbers, if in case number 1, then what are the numbers? The numbers are 9, 6, or 9 and minus 6. These are the two solutions that we are getting. When x is equal to 9, the smaller number is plus 6. When x is equal to 9, the smaller number can also be minus 6. Right? These are the numbers. This is our case 1. Now we need to find case 2. We have to see whether case 2 is agreeing with our assumption. Case 2. Here x is equal to minus 5. In case 2, the x is equal to minus 5. In this case, we have square of the number. square of the smaller number. The square of the smaller number is what? Same, 5 into minus 4. I'm sorry, minus 5. Minus 5 into 4. This comes out to be minus 20. Okay, minus 20. But we all know the square of any number is always positive. Here we are saying in the left hand side, we are saying square of the smaller number, and in the right hand side we have a negative number. So square of any number can never be negative, so we arrive at a contradiction. So this is the main reason why x equal to minus 5 is not our solution. You need to provide this reasoning. When the question carries 3 or 4 marks, you need to provide this reasoning. So hence you will write the answer line like this. Hence the numbers, rather the required numbers, hence the required numbers are what? 9, 6, not and, it will not be and, it will be or, 9 comma minus 6. If you want to recheck, you can take 9 and 6, you just take 9 and 6. You take 9 and 6 as the two numbers. Here it's saying determine the numbers. If you want to recheck, if you want to back calculate, then what you can do is that you take 9 and 6. These are the two numbers. The 9 and 6, 9 square is 81, 6 square is 36. 81 minus 36 is 45. Okay. So if you want to back check, then you can take 9 and 6 and you can back check, the back calculate. You will get these conditions will be satisfied. You can also take 9 and minus 6. If you take 9 and minus 6, then also these conditions will be satisfied. Okay. So this is how we attempted the entire sum. Now let us move on to the next question. The next question says, what is the next question? The next question says that a fast train. Now this is basically a speed distance sum. These are the next type of word problems. These are the speed and distance sum, like the one we did here. Here it's like this. Here we just formulated the equation and stopped. So the basic difference now is that we need to solve the entire question. When we get the equation, we need to solve it and find the value. Okay. So okay, let's see what it says over here. It says a fast train takes 3 hours less than a slow train for a journey of 600 kilometers. We have a fast train, we have a slow train. Both of those trains are traveling the same distance. The distance is 600 kilometers. The slow train is also covering 600 kilometers. The fast train is also covering 600 kilometers. But the fast train takes 3 hours less than the slow train, okay, to cover 600 kilometers. If the speed of the slow train is 10 kilometers per hour less than that of the fast train, find the speed of the two trains. Okay. So let us attempt this question. What does it say? So first we will let the speed of the slow train. Let us take the speed of the slow train. You can take x to be the speed of the fast train, but here I am taking, it's the same thing. The analogy will be the same thing. You can take the x to be the fast train, x to be the slow train, but here I am taking, just for the convenience, I am taking let the speed of the slow train be x kilometer per hour. Okay, we took it to be x kilometer per hour. So from here we can simply find out the speed of the fast train. How we will find out the speed of the fast train? Because of the second sentence, it says that speed of the slow train is 10 kilometer less than that of the fast train. So the speed, now we can write speed of fast train is equal to what? X plus 10. Simple. X plus 10 kilometer per hour. Why x plus 10 kilometer per hour? Because it has been said that the speed of the slow train is 10 kilometer less than that of the first train. It's done. Now speed has been done. We have taken speed of the first slow train, speed of the fast train. Now we will consider the time of the slow train and the time of the first train. How we will do that? We will write here, let us write over here, time taken by the slow train. The same formula, speed is equal to distance by time. So slow train to cover 600 kilometer, because both of the train are covering the same distance, it will be what? 600 by x hours. Simple, because 600 is the distance, x is the time. x is the speed, 600 is the distance, so that is how we find out the time. Now time taken by the fast train to 600 kilometer. This will be what? 600 kilometers is the distance, and the speed of the fast train, what is the speed of the fast train? It is x plus 10, so it will be x plus 10 hours. So we have found out the time. The time has also been provided to us. Now we need to come back to the first sentence. What is the first sentence? The first sentence says a fast train takes 3 hours less than a slow train for a journey of 600 km per hour. So we have the time. We have the time of the slow train. We have the time of the fast train. Now we just need to put this in equation. So what will be the equation? The equation will be, according to the problem, 600 by x minus 600 by x plus 10 is equal to 3. Right? This is our equation. Or if you want to understand it properly, then let us write it like this. Let us follow the question. The question says the fast train takes 3 hours less than. Fast train takes 3 hours less than. So first let us write the speed of the the time of the fast train. It is this time of the fast train. So this minus 3 would be the time taken by the slow train. Simple enough. Now we will solve this. So we have just taken this here, we have taken this here in this step, in the second step. So after that we have taken the LCM. When we do the LCM, it's coming out like this. Yeah, it is coming out like this, and it is x plus 10. This is 10. This is simply equal to 3. Now 6000 by x square plus 10x is equal to 3. Okay, now this is equal to 3x square plus 10x is equal to 6000. Now this will be equal to what? X square plus 10x minus 2000 is equal to 0. Okay, we have the quadratic equation. We need to solve it. It's simple enough. Midterm factor. So what the midterm factor would be? 50x minus 40x minus 2000 is equal to 0. Simple. So when we take common and stuff, you will get x plus 5. The products to be x plus 5. X plus 50 and x minus 40 is equal to 0. So x comes out to be minus 50 or 40. Here you don't need to provide case 1, case 2. Like in this question, we gave case 1, case 2. Here you do not need to do case 1, case 2, because here it's very self-explanatory that x we have taken to be the speed. Speed can never be negative because it's not a vector quantity. It's a scalar quantity. So this x is we will not take the value. We will consider x equal to 40. The speed to be x equal to 40. So now the final answer line. What will the answer line be? The answer line will be the speeds of the two trains are 40 km per hour. 40 km per hour is the speed of the slow train, and 50 km per hour is the speed of the fast train. Do not think that we have taken 50 from here. No, we have not taken 50 from here. How did we get 50 is the speed of the fast train? How did we get the speed of the fast train to be 50 km per hour? From here. 1 second. Here, see, speed of the fast train is x plus 10. X came out to be 40, the speed of the slow train, and speed of the fast train is x plus 10. So 40 plus 10, 50 km. So this question is done. Let us now move on to the next question. The next question says two trains leave a railway station. This question is very important. So look at this question very carefully. Two trains leave a railway station at the same time. Okay, the first train, this will be just 1 second, this will be T. Yeah, the first train travels due west and the second train due north. So two trains have left the railway station at the same time. One train has gone to the west direction and one train has gone to the north direction. The first train travels 5 kilo. Okay, we will do this later. Just first, let us first draw the diagram. The diagram over here is very important. Let us draw the diagram, and let us just draw the diagram and see what the first two sentences are saying. So, just one second. Yeah. Suppose this is the north-south axis. Okay. This is north. Sorry. This is east. This is south. This is west. Okay. Now, okay, we need to. This has been done. Let us just consider this to be the origin. Suppose this is O. Now let us read the next sentence first. The first train travels 5 km faster than the second train. Okay. If after 2 hours they are 50 km apart, find the average speed of each train. Okay. This we all need to find this. Now let us first look at this diagram very carefully. Here O is basically the railway station. Okay. Let us consider O to be the railway station. So from here, two trains have departed at the same time. One has gone due north, one has gone due west. So like after some time, let us take this to be B. This is the second train which has gone north. So after some time, this will be the train will be somewhere here because it has gone north. It has gone in this direction. So it will be due north, and this will be A. The train has gone in this direction, right? Now, it is saying that after 2 kilometers, after 2 hours, they are 50 km apart. So this distance, this is after 2 hours. Okay, the observation is after 2 hours. So this distance is 50 km. After both the trains initially were here in the origin. This is the railway station. One has gone due north, one has gone due south, due west. So after 2 hours, the train is over here. The second train is over here in the north direction, and after 2 hours, the first train is over here in the west direction. So the diagram is done. Now we need to formulate the equation. We need to assume the variables and stuff. Let us assign the variables. So first, let this. Wait one second. I'm sorry. Let the speed of the let us take the second train to be x. Second train be x kilometer per hour. Okay. Then the speed of the first train, speed of the first train is what? X plus 5. It's very simple because it's given in the question. Right, it's given in the question that the second train is, the first train travels 5 km faster than the second train. So X is the second train, and the first train, that's the number, first train, it's X plus 5. Okay. Now, let O be the position I have told you. Now let us find the distance traveled by the train in the first 2 hours. Okay. Because if after 2 hours, right, it is saying after 2 hours, we need to find this distance. We need to find OB. We need to find OA. We need to find these distances. Okay. So, OB, let us find OA first. OA is equal to speed into time. Speed equals to distance by time. So, distance will be speed into time. This will be equal to what? 2 into x plus 5 km. It's very simple. OA will be 2 into x plus 5 centimeter. Okay, because it's 2 hours. Time is 2 hour. Time is 2 hour, and speed is x plus 5. Speed from here is x plus 5. OA means the first train. This is the speed of the first train. Okay, I mean the distance covered by the first train is this. Okay, time was 2 hours. Distance was this. Now distance traveled by the second train, which is OB. OB will be what? Again speed into time. Here speed will be x and time is 2, so it is 2x kilometer. Second train. Okay, so we have found out the distance that the two train has traversed in 2 hours. That has been found out. Now distance, basically look at this thing very carefully. This is a right angle triangle, right? AOB, AOB is a right angle triangle. So we know OA, we know this distance, we know this distance, we need to find AB. AB we know is 50 kilometers, so we just need to find out x. So we need to apply the Pythagoras theorem. So on applying Pythagoras theorem in triangle AOB, these write-ups are very important. Okay, right, applying Pythagoras theorem on which triangle, these are very important. So from this figure it's very self-explanatory that AB square will be equal to AO square plus OB square. Simple. Now this is equal to 2500 is equal to 2 is outside, x plus 5 whole square, this entire thing square, plus 4x square. Okay, when we will solve it, you will get 8x square plus 40x minus 2400 is equal to 0. Now we will divide the entire thing by 8, left hand side and right hand side. So 8x square plus 5x minus 300 is equal to 0. Let's pull this up. Now we just need to solve this. So same method. X comes out to be like this, 20 and 15. That is how we will be splitting the midterm factor. X plus 20, this is equal to 0. This is 20. Okay, this is 20. So x is 20, x plus 20, x minus 15 is equal to 0. X comes out to be minus 20 and 15 kilometer per hour. We will not take minus 20 because minus 20 is negative, so we will not be taking that. So x, what was x? Do you remember what was x? X was, we had taken x to be the speed of the second train, and we are asked to find the average speed of each train. Average speed of each train basically means that we need to find the speed of each train. So what will be our answer line? I'm writing the answer line here. Answer, first train. I wrote the answer in short, but you need to write it in expanded form. First train, the speed will be 20 km per hour because the first train has 5 km more than the speed of the second train, and the second train speed of the second train is exactly the value of x, which is 15 km per hour. Right? That is what we've been asked to find. So this is done. Now let us move on to the next question. What does the next question say? Now speed distance sum has been done. That type of sum has been covered. We did 2 to 3 sums on speed and distance. Now this is the type of age. Okay, application. This is basically applications of quadratic equation for solving problems on edges, age. Okay, so let us attempt this sum. It says that 7 years ago, Varun's age was 5 times the square of Swati's age. Okay, 3 years hence. 3 years hence means after 3 years. 3 years into the future. 3 years hence, Swati's age will be 2/5 of Varun's age. Find their present ages. This is the question that we have been asked to solve. So 7 years ago, okay, we need to assign variables. So what we will do, we will write 7 years ago. Let us take Swati's age to be x. Let us do that. Swati's age be x years. Okay, Swati's age is x years. Then 7 years ago, Varun's age was what? 7 years ago, this is Swati. Varun's age was 5x square. Why 5x square? Because 5 times the square of Swati's age. Swati's age is x. Squared that, x square. 5 times that, 5x square. Okay, this was Varun's age. Now Swati's, therefore, let us find out Swati's present age. Swati's present age, it's very simple. It will just be x plus 7, because 7 years ago your age is, suppose 7 years ago your age was 18 years. 7 years from now it will be 25 years. So this is exactly what we are doing here, x plus 7 years. Now Varun's present age, now, meaning in the present, I mean now, it is 5x square plus 7 years, right? It is 5x square plus 7 years. 3 years hence, this is present, this is past, this is present. Now we are going to write the ages of Swati and Varun in the future. So we will write 3 years in the future. Swati is what? It was x plus 7. Present age was x plus 7. So it will be x plus 7 plus 3. That will be x plus 10 years. Simple enough. And what will be Varun's age? After 3 years, Varun's age will be 5x square plus 7 plus 3 again. So that would be 5x square plus 10 years. This will be Varun's age. This will be Varun's age in 3 years in the future. Now it is given that in the question, if you read the question properly, it's given that 3 years hence, Swati's age will be 2/5 of Varun's age. This is given in the second sentence of the question. 3 years hence, Swati's age will be 2/5 of Varun's age. So, according to the problem, x plus 10. What is x plus 10 is Swati's age. Swati's age is x plus 10. This will be equal to what? 2/5 of Varun's age. 2 by 5 of 5x square plus 10. Right? 3 years hence. This is future. Right. Now we just need to solve this. Then we are done with the question. So we simply just cross multiply. When we cross multiply, you will see 2x square minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. This will be, after doing the midterm factor, it will be 3 and 2. Sorry, it will not be 3 and 2, it's 12. 2 into 6 is 12. It will be 4 and 3, sorry. Minus 4, this is equal to 0. Let me do it over here. It will be 2x plus 3. Then it will be x minus 2. This is equal to 0. Now x minus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to 2. Minus 3 by 2. Obviously age cannot be negative, so we are not even considering that value. So what we have been asked in the question, what we need to find? Present ages, right? Find their present ages. So present ages, each of the present age, x plus 7 was the present age of Swati, and 5x square plus 7 was the present age of Varun. So let us find out the present age. So the answer line will be Swati x plus 7, that is 9 years. So Swati is 9 years old, and Varun 5x square, it's 4 plus 7, that is 27 years. Right? That is how we attempted this question. Okay. Now this is done. Now let us move on to the next question. Next question says, the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle is given to us. Hypotenuse of a right angle triangle is given to us. If the smaller side is tripled, smaller side means the side which is opposite to the smaller angle, that is the smallest side. We all know that why the hypotenuse is the longest side, because the greatest angle in a right angle triangle is the right triangle, that is the right 90 degree. 90 degree, the angle opposite to the 90 degree, the side opposite to the 90 degree angle is the hypotenuse, because that is the largest side opposite to the largest angle. So if the smaller side is tripled, and the larger side is doubled, the new hypotenuse will be this. Find the length of each side. This is a fairly easy sum. So let us take the smaller side. Let us consider the smaller side to be x. So let us write, let the smaller side be x centimeter. The smaller side is x centimeter. Then the larger side, let us consider it to be two variable. Okay, we will solve it using quadratic equation only, but for now let us take it to be two variable equation. So let the smaller side be x centimeter, because we do not like there is no proper establishment between the relation in the smaller side and the larger side. Do you understand? In these questions, Swati's age, see this sentence, 3 years hence Swati's age will be 2/5 of Varun's age. So here Swati's age is equal to something something. So one equality has been maintained. The relationship has been maintained between the age of Swati and Varun. That is why we use the variables and we could write this equation. But in this question, the smaller side is tripled. But tripled to what we do not know. Larger side is double, but double to what we do not know. So that's why we will consider two different variables, since no correct relationship has been established till now between the smaller side and the larger side. So we will consider it to be two variables. So let the smaller side be x and let the larger side be y centimeter. Okay, the larger side is y centimeter. We have taken it. Now just applying Pythagoras. Just apply Pythagoras theorem. Just write by Pythagoras theorem. Okay, that makes more sense. So that would be x square plus y square is equal to 3 root 5 whole square. It's 3 root 5 whole square, right? So this is equal to what? X square plus y square is equal to 45. Okay, now this is our equation number 1. Mark it as equation number 1. Now it says that if the smaller side is tripled and the larger side is doubled, the new hypotenuse is this. So it's very easy. So what we will do, we will write smaller side is tripled. So now our next equation will be, we can write ATP. Smaller side is tripled, 3x. Larger side is doubled, 2y whole square. Again applying Pythagoras theorem. This is equal to what? 15 square. 15 square is 225. 225. Simple. Now this is what? This comes out to be 9x square plus 4y square is equal to 225. Okay, this is 225. So this is our equation number 2. See, here we have two equations, we have two variables. So we can solve this. It's very easy. We can solve it using the things we had learned in class 9, simultaneous equation solve. So what we will do, we will just take the value of y square here to be 45 minus x square from here. So we will put the value of y square 45 minus x square in this question. Then the equation will be solved. So what we will do, we will take this comes out to be 9x square plus 45 minus x square is equal to 225. Simple. Now this is what? This comes out to be 5x square plus 180 is equal to 225. This is equal to 5x square is equal to 45, which means x square is equal to 9, which means x is equal to plus minus 3. See, we will not be taking x equal to minus 3 in this equation, because distance cannot be negative, because distance again is a scalar quantity cannot be negative, so we will not be taking minus 3. But when we are applying the square root, this is the equation, okay, from here till here we are solving an equation. So in an equation, the mathematical sense of the equation has to be correct. So here we will write x is equal to plus minus 3, but we will not take minus 3. Okay, so therefore x is equal to 3. Now we need to find the value of x and y. We need to find the two sides, right? So we will just put the value of x. First we need to find the value of y. So for that we will put the value of x as 3 in this equation. So it is y square is equal to 45 minus 9. So y square is equal to 36. Y is equal to again plus minus 6. Minus we are not considering. So now comes the, so it's x is, we have x, we have y. Now comes the answer line. In the answer line, the smaller side we had considered the smaller side to be x. So the smaller side, the length of the smaller side 3 centimeter, and the distance, I'm sorry, not the distance, the larger side, the length of the larger side, is what? 6 centimeter. So that is how we approached this sum. We just applied Pythagoras theorem twice. We applied Pythagoras theorem twice, we formulated the two equations, we applied Pythagoras theorem twice, we transposed the value of one equation into another, we solved it using simultaneous equation, and we found the value of x and y. Okay, simple. Now the next question. The next question says, let us see what the next question says. The next question says the length of the sides. The length of the sides. This is another little. We need to apply a little sort of concepts. So the length of the sides forming right angles. The length of the sides forming right angles of a right angled triangle are 5x centimeter and 3x minus 1 centimeter. So basically the variable has been provided to us. The variable is x, and the two sides, we have been given the two sides of the perpendicular and the base. The perpendicular and the base of a right angle triangle, the length of the perpendicular is, let us assume it to be 5x, length of the perpendicular, and the length of the base is 3x minus 1 centimeter. It is given that if the area of the triangle is this, find the hypotenuse. So it's not so difficult, it's easy. Let us just draw the diagram for our own benefit. This is our triangle, the right angle triangle. Let us label it to be A. B is where the right angle is, and C. Okay, this is 5x centimeter. This is 3x minus 1 centimeter. Okay, now ABC right angle triangle which is right angled at B. AB is 5x, BC is 3x minus 1. What is the area of triangle ABC? Area of triangle ABC is what? Half into base into height. So half into AB into BC. Okay, cut. Half into AB into BC. Now this is equal to half into, okay, this is given to be 60. The area is given 60, so half into 5x into 3x minus 1. Okay, so we have the equation 120, and here it is 5x, 3x minus 1. So this comes out to be 3x square. Then if you get it here, it is minus x, and here it is 24. Yeah, 24. This is 0. Now it is 24 into 3, 72. So how will you break it? 72 can be broken into 9 into 8. So this is 3x. I'm doing it directly. Minus 3 plus 8. X minus 3. This is equal to 0. Now again x, we have two factors, x minus 3 and 3x plus 8 is equal to 0. X cannot be equal to minus 8 by 3. So x is equal to 3. X is equal to 3. AB. What is AB? What we need to find? We need to find the hypotenuse. Okay, it's very easy. Because we have the value of x, so we have AB. AB is what? AB is 15. AB is 15 centimeter. What is BC? BC is basically 3x minus 1. So 3x minus 1, BC is 8 centimeter. So now applying whenever you are applying any theorem, you need to state that theorem. That is very important. Just write the name of the theorem and then apply the formula. That is more than enough. So 15 square plus 8 square is equal to AC square. 15 square is 225. 8 square is 64 is equal to AC square. That is equal to AC square is equal to 289. So AC is equal to 17 centimeter. Now comes the answer line. So our sum is done. Now just the answer line. The hypotenuse of the triangle is 17 centimeter. Okay, this sum is done. It was quite an easy sum. Now let us move on to the next sum. Okay, this now we have done we did the sums on ages, we did sums on distance, speed and distances. Now we applied applications. We did applications of quadratic equations for solving problems on mensuration. Okay, this was the previous question. I mean, this question basically was we used a quadratic equation to solve mensuration. Now we are going to apply quadratic equation. We are going to apply quadratic equation to solve problems on time and work. Okay, this is time and work problems. These problems are very important, and these problems have the maximum possibility of coming in your exams. So we have to look at this very carefully. So let us do this sum. Two pipes running together can fill a cistern in 40 by 30 minutes. Okay, there are two pipes. Those pipes are running simultaneously, and there is a cistern. The pipes are being the water of the pipes, those are being drained out in the cistern, and the cistern can be filled up. Both the pipes running simultaneously can fill up the cistern in 40 by 30 minutes. If one pipe takes 3 minutes more than the other to fill it, find the time in which each pipe would fill the cistern. Each pipe basically means if one pipe is running and another pipe is closed, we need to find that time. Okay, so first we need to assign the variables. So let us assume there are two pipes, right? One is a faster pipe and one is a slower pipe. So suppose let the faster pipe take x minutes to fill the cistern. Okay, x minutes to fill the cistern. Therefore, the slower pipe would simply take x minus x plus 3. So the slower pipe would take x plus 3 minutes, because that is exactly what's given in the question. So it's taking x plus 3 minutes. Acha, since the faster pipe takes x minutes to fill the cistern, it's very simple. Now comes the main part. Now therefore, portion of the cistern, we're talking about the faster pipe, portion of the cistern filled by the faster pipe in 1 minute. 1 by x, very easy. X is basically the time it's taking. So the portion that it will fill, portion we can simply assume it to be that speed distance thing. It is taking the time is 1 minute, and it's in 1 minute it's 1 by x, right? If the faster pipe is taking x minutes, so it's 1 by x. Now portion of this we need to apply simply unitary method. Portion of the cistern filled by the faster pipe in 40 by 13 minutes. Why 40 by 13 minutes? Because it's given in the question. So this is equal to 1 by x into 40 by 13. That is what? That is 40 by 13 by x, right? Now similarly, portion filled, portion of the cistern filled by the slower pipe in 40 by 30 minutes. It will be what? Again the same unitary method. 1 by x plus 3 will be the time taken by the 1 by x plus 3. This is the portion of the cistern filled by the slower pipe in 1 minute. Now in 40 by 30 minutes will be 40 by 13. Okay, simple. Now this plus this is our equation 2, this is our equation 1. Okay, this is our equation 1. Now according to the problem, by 13 plus 13 by x plus portion, you need to understand a concept over here. 13 x plus 3 is equal to 1. See, portion always exists as unity. We say that you have completed half portion of this work. Half means 1 by 2, right? Somebody says you have completed 1/3 of this 1/3 of this course, 1/3 of this lecture. Somebody says 4/3 4/3 means it's getting increased by 1, and it's more than 1. So we consider one particular work to be 1, right? If somebody says you have completed half portion means, why we are saying half? Half is in relation to what? Half is in relation to 1. Half means 1 by 2. So the entire work is 1. The entire work is unity. If somebody is saying you have completed 2/3 of the work in the first day and you have completed 2/7 of the work in the second day, it means when we add the entire thing up, that is the net work that he has done in the 2 days. But this will always be less than 1, because 1 is basically the total work. 1 is the thing when we have completed the entire work, that is coming out to be 1. So here exactly it's the same thing. First we consider the portion of the cistern filled by the faster pipe in this time. Portion filled by the faster pipe is this in this time. Now portion of the cistern filled by the slower pipe in this time, it's this. So this plus this is basically the portion of the work done, how much work you have done. So this is the work done that by the faster pipe, this is the work done by the slower pipe. So both, when you add both the pipe, when you add the portion of the work done by both the pipe, you will get 1, because you are accomplishing one complete task, right? Because both of them are acting simultaneously. The main purpose of them is to fill up the cistern. So the work that is being done by the two pipes, that is 1. That is exactly what that is the reason why we have wrote 1 over here. Okay, now we need to solve it. So 40, we can write it like 1 by x plus 1 by 13 by 40. Simply just cross multiplication. X plus 3 plus x by x plus 3. This is equal to what? This is equal to 13 by 40. Okay, now the next portion, 40 2x plus 3. This is equal to 13x x plus 3. When you try to write the equation, the entire equation comes out to be 13x square minus 41x, and it will be this and this 120 minus 120. Minus 120 is equal to 0. Okay, now we just solve it. So for solving it, you will see that it comes out to be x minus 5 and 13x plus 24 is equal to 0. X cannot be negative for obvious reasons. X cannot be negative, so basically x is equal to 5. So hence the so what was x? Let us get back and see what was x. X was, let the faster pipe take x minutes to fill the cistern. So x was basically the time taken by the cistern. X was the time taken by the faster pipe to fill the entire cistern when the second slower pipe is not working. Okay, so what will be our answer line? Time taken by the faster pipe to fill the entire cistern. Basically means that the faster pipe is doing the work all by itself. Is 5 minutes. Time taken by the slower pipe to fill the entire cistern will be 8 minutes. Why 8 minutes? Because initially we had considered x plus 3 to be the time taken by the cistern to fill the time taken by the slower pipe to fill the cistern here. Okay, so this is exactly how we attempt to solve the sums of time and work. Okay, we will assign the variable. Time will always be the variable in this type of question. Time will always be the variable. We need to find time, so we will take time to be the faster pipe and then the slower pipe. Then we will just apply. We will find the portion, how much portion has been filled by the faster pipe in how much time. So that portion we will solve by using unitary method, as we have learnt in our junior classes. Then after we have found out the portion filled by the faster pipe in the given amount of time, Then we will find the portion of the cistern filled by the slower pipe in again the same amount of time. When we have found out the two portions, we will add them to 1. Okay, this adding to 1, this is one constant thing in the sums, in these type of sums, where we need to find the time and work sums. Okay, now let us move on to the next sum. The next sum over here says, this is also a pretty easy sum. It's a little, these are basically miscellaneous questions to solve. There are no type. There are many types that we covered. We covered the speed, time, distance. We covered time and work. We covered age of persons and stuff, and then we covered mensuration, applications of quadratic equation on solving sums on mensuration. These sums, the next few sums that we are going to do, these are basically miscellaneous type of sums. There are no particular type under which these sums fall. Okay, so let us read this sum. If the price of a book is reduced by ₹5, a person can buy 5 more books for ₹300. Find the original list price of the book. Okay, now look at this question very carefully. We need to find the original list price. So what we need to find, we will always assign it to be x. So let the original list price of the book be ₹x. Okay, now number of books bought for ₹300 is equal to what? 300 by x. Simple unitary method. Now reduced. Now we need to find reduced list price of the book. It says that if the shopkeeper reduces the price of the book by 5 rupees, then he can buy 5 more books. Okay, so the reduced price of the book. What is the reduced price of the book? The original list price was x. The reduced price will be simply x minus 5. Right? Now number of books that he bought in this reduced price. So number of books bought in the reduced list price is equal to what? Same thing, 300 by x minus 5 this time. 300 minus x minus 5. Now you see that it is given that price of books reduced by, a person can buy 5 more books for the same thing. So ATP, what will be ATP? 300 by x minus 5. This is the number of books that he bought if the price is reduced. This minus 5 is equal to 300 by x. Right. So if he charges exactly the same as if the shopkeeper charges exactly the same as the original list price, then he won't be able to buy that extra 5 books. So that is exactly how we construct the equation. Okay. Now let us just take it over here. This here, this there. So it comes out to be 300x minus 300x plus 1500. This is equal to x by x minus 5. This is equal to 5. Now 1500 by x square minus 5x is equal to 5. We attempt to solve this. That is x square minus 5x minus 300 is equal to 0. So this is basically x minus 20. X plus 15 is equal to 0. X will again not be negative because we have considered the variable x, we have assigned variable x to be rupees, that is amount of money. Amount of money can never be negative. So x is basically 20. So what is 20 over here? List price of the book. That is what we had to find out. The original list price of the book, that was required to be found out. So for the answer line, the original list price of the book is equal to rupees 20. Simple. So this is done. Okay, so this is done. This question is done. The price of the book, we found the price of the book to be rupees 20. This question is done. Now let us move on to the next question. Here in the next question it says, this is an NCERT question. Okay, here it says, in a class test, the sum of Shefali's marks in maths and English is 30. But the combined marks that she has received in maths and English, the combined marks is 30. Had she got 2 marks more in maths, and 3 marks less in English, the product of her marks would have been 210. Product of her marks in maths and English would have been 210. Find her original marks, the initial marks that she had got in English and maths. Okay. Now, for this, let us assume the marks that she had received in maths to be X. We can do that. Let the marks in maths be X. Okay. So now you need to understand something. This is very easy. Marks in maths is X. Maths in marks is X, and it says in the question is given that maths plus English is equal to 30. X plus English is equal to 30. So marks in English is what? 30 minus X. Okay, it's easy. Now it's also given that had she got 2 marks more in maths, and 3 marks less in English. Okay, first let us do this. ATP. 2 marks more in maths. Okay, 2 marks more in maths means initial maths marks was X plus 2. Product. 3 marks less in English. Initial marks was 30 minus X. Minus 3. The product would have been equal to this. Right. This is our equation. Now we need to just solve this equation. So the equation, when you solve this, the equation comes out to be 27 x minus x square plus 54 minus 2x is equal to 210. Okay, this is equal to minus x square plus 25x minus 156 is equal to 0. We do not like minus being in the leading coefficient. If there is minus in the leading coefficient, we will just remove it. So we multiply the entire thing, left hand side and the right hand side, by a minus sign. So it comes out to be x square minus 25x plus 156. This is equal to 0. Now this comes out to be x minus 13, x minus 12 equal to 0. Now here we need to observe something. X can be 12 or 13. We have assigned x, the variable x has been assigned to marks. So marks cannot be negative, marks can be positive. And here we have got the values, the two values of x are positive. So we need to check that is which one is correct and which one is not. Maybe both are correct, maybe both are not. So now here again comes the thing of case 1 and case 2. So suppose case 1, x to be equal to 12. So the marks in maths will be what? 12. Marks in English will be what? 30 minus 12, 18. Okay. Now case 2. We will compare the two cases later. We'll compare it later. First just do this. X is 13. Marks in maths is 13. Marks in English is 17. So in case 1 we saw these are the marks. Marks in English, marks in maths. So what are we asked to find? We are asked to find our marks in maths. Okay. Yeah, so we have both two answers here. We have two answers. Case 1, case 1 also agrees. Case 1 also agrees. Case 2 also agrees. So she has got 12 in maths, 18 in English, or she has got 13 in maths and 17 in English. So here both the cases can occur simultaneously. So the answer is both. Okay. So in this question, the answer is both. So we will write it like this. The writing of the answer is a little, it's a little different. I wouldn't say it's difficult. It's a little different because it matters. So what we will write: maths 12 and English 18, or maths 13 and English 17. So this is how we do this sum. We have two answers in this question. Now let us move on to the next question. That is probably the last question in this session. Yeah, it's the last question. So let us do this question. This is a little long question. It's a little subjective type, and this question may carry 4 to 5 marks in your exams. This is a very, very important question, and it's an NCERT question also. A cottage industry produces a certain amount of pottery articles in a day. There is a cottage industry. It produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed on a particular day that the cost of production of each article in rupees was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. Okay, so basically the way a cottage industry works, for each and every day they maintain a balance sheet, and in that particular balance sheet the output of each day is there. Monday, this is the number of output. In Monday, this is the Tuesday, this is the number of output. But there has been basically the cottage industry undergoes an exception. The exception is it was observed on a particular day that the cost of production of each article was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. Okay, if the total cost of production on that day was rupees 90, find the number of, this will be off. 1 second. This is off. Find the number of articles produced and cost of each article. Okay, so we know that this is known to us, that total writing part in this question is very important. Total cost of production. What is total cost of production? Is equal to number of articles produced. That is the number of clay pots or whatever the things that cottage industry makes. Number of articles that they produce in that particular day. Number of articles produced, I should write, number of articles produced multiplied by the cost of each article. This is basically the total cost of production. We all know that this is known to us. Now, total cost of production is ₹90. It is given to be 90, and cost of production of each article was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. Okay, so let us assume that the number of articles be X. Okay, hence cost of article is what? 2 into X. Why 2 into X? Because it was observed twice the number of articles produced on that day. The number of articles produced on the day is X. Twice the number means 2X plus 3. Why plus 3? Because 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. This is the reason. Okay, so this is the cost of each article. Now, cost of production is equal to, we did this. So what we will do is ATP 90 is equal to X into 2X plus 3. 90 will be equal to X into X plus 3. Why X into X plus 3? Because cost of each article is this thing, and number of articles produced. Look at the formula. Number of articles produced is X. So we have the equation. Now we will solve it. It comes out to be 2x squared plus 3x minus 90 is equal to 0. This is basically x minus 6, 2x plus 15 is equal to 0. X is basically the number of articles that has been produced. So number of articles cannot be negative. It's very self-explanatory. So x will be equal to 6. X is equal to 6, right? So x is equal to 6 or x is equal to minus 15 by 2. We cannot take x equal to minus 15 by 2. So number of articles, answer, number of articles, we had been asked to find the number of articles. So number of articles is 6, and the cost of article, the cost of each article, the formula was 2x plus 3. Remember, it was 2x plus 3, so it will be 2 into 6 plus 3, that is equal to rupees 15. Here, cost of each article, this. Okay, so this is how we did the sum. These are the last three sums: this cottage industry sum, this class test wala sum, and this price of the book. These three sums does not fall under any particular category of word problems from quadratic equation, because these are miscellaneous equations. So what we did, let us do a quick recap of what we did initially. So we started with this word problems from quadratic equation. We started with formulating equations. We started with the time and distance problem, where we formulated the equation by assuming speed of the train and time, and making the formula, putting the value, I mean the variable formula in speed equal to distance by time. Then we did a sum on 2 digits. Digit sums are very important. We formulated the equation, found the value. Then came the sum of again the digits, smaller number, larger number. The digit sums are very important. These sums are very much recurrent in the exams. Then came the sum on the train journey sums, the speed and distance sum. This comes the second type. First type was this digit sums. Then this is time and distance, digit sums, first type. Second type was time and distance. Here comes the time and distance sum. Then we did the applications of mensuration, applications of quadratic equations on mensuration. It's pretty easy. We just applied Pythagoras theorem to do this sum. And whenever you find the this is basically speed and time along with mensuration. Okay, speed and time sum. This is not mensuration. We can say that this is speed and time sum. And whenever you see that the question has been given that it travels due west, travels due north, always draw the diagram. The diagram is very important. Probably if you do not draw the diagram in the exam, then the teacher would not cut marks. But if you draw the diagram, then you will be able to solve the question pretty easily, because you can imagine this entire thing. The entire thing is in front of you. You can imagine that B has moved towards north, A has moved towards west, so it is basically creating a right angle triangle. Then only you will be able to apply the Pythagoras theorem, right? You will never be able to imagine this is a right angle triangle, because in the question it's not given that this is a right angle triangle. So that is the main purpose of drawing diagram. Now next we did age. Age sums are very important. Age sums we assumed we basically took the variable year of Swati and Varun 7 years ago. We took the age in the past tense, I mean in the past. Then we did it in the present. We just kept on adding. 7 years in the present, 3 years in the future, we just added. Then the equation according to the problem, we just saw what is the main equality that has been established, the relationship that has been established between the age of Swati and Varun, that is 3 years hence Swati's age will be 2/5 of Varun's age. That is the equality that we used to write the equation. Then came the next sum, that is, this is basically the application of quadratic equations in mensuration. Same thing, we just applied Pythagoras theorem twice, solved two equations, simultaneous equations that had two variables. The next question was this again, mensuration sum. Here we drew the diagram, then we applied the area formula, and then we applied the Pythagoras theorem to get the length of the hypotenuse. Then the next question is two pipes. This is a very important sum. These pipe running sums are very important. Time and work sums. Time and work sums comes very frequently in the exams, so this is how we do it. One thing that you need to keep in mind is that you need to apply unitary method to get the portion, that is the amount of work that the system, I mean that the pipe has done, and the amount of work is always whole number, I mean not whole number, it is always unity. The total work done is always unity. The next sum, here the miscellaneous sums, it's one sum we did on price of book. The next sum that we did is on marks obtained in particular exam, and then we did the cottage industry sum, that is the cost of production. This is a very important sum. These are basically the applications of quadratic equation in daily life. So this is exactly how we did it. If you want to access this entire thing, I mean as a PDF form, then I will give these all pages, I will combine it to a PDF and I will give it in the description link. Go down, you will be able to access all the sums with the question as well as this workout thing. So that is how we complete quadratic equations.